Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Jonathan. Thank you so much. Thank you for your kindness as well as your patience. I do appreciate it. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, movie reviews, re-reviews, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour, full playthrough, tier list ranking, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. I do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. This is for Caught Stealing from 2025, which I had heard of the film, but I didn't know a whole lot about it. But I didn't realize until I started watching, like, oh, this is directed by Darren Aronofsky. This is a guy who did Requiem for a Dream, which to me is the best anti-drug movie, because if you watch that, you would never want to touch drugs. And The Wrestler, which I thought was a very good film with Mickey Rourke. So, yeah, Darren Aronofsky directed this. It stars Austin Butler. I think he got famous for playing Elvis in the Elvis movie that came out a few years ago. He's the lead here. Plays a character named Hank, who was a baseball player in school, but after this car accident, those dreams were shattered, and now it takes place in 1998, which I thought was kind of a cool idea. So yes, you do see the Twin Towers, and there's no one with cell phones and stuff, and I just thought kind of a cool idea, and I liked the way the film looked. The film looked like a throwback. Not like a 70s throwback. I mean, like I said, it tastes like that. But I'm sure it was shot digitally, but it looks more film than other movies I've seen. Like the colors, the look of it, it just seemed more natural compared to certain films I watch nowadays. So I really like the look of the film. And yeah, I think it taking place in 1998 was kind of a novel idea. And of course, Twin Towers, you know, it takes place in New York. He still watches baseball. He'll call his mom and have a good relationship with his mom, talk about baseball. He's got a girlfriend who knows a little bit about medicine, surgery, etc. And he's a bartender. And things are going well. I thought Austin Butler, by the way, did a really good job. He felt very natural. Like, this is a guy I would rather see more, not Glenn Powell. Like, Glenn Powell doesn't do a whole lot for me. Okay, to be fair, I was nice to him on that sequel to Twister, called Twisters. Just compared to the other actors, he was fine. So, I mean, he's not the worst guy. But, like, this guy I liked more. He just felt natural, and he felt likable. It was easy to root for. I like the bit where he's with his girlfriend. His girlfriend puts her shirt up. Is like, I recognize the face. What was it? No, she says, well, I'm not sure I recognize the face, but those look familiar. I thought that was kind of funny. So, as the film goes on, he has a friend and a neighbor, Russ, played by, I think it's Matt Stone. God, what was his name? I think it's the guy who was John Connor in... No, not John... Was it Skynet? Let me just look it up real quick, because Matt... Yeah, Matt Smith. Not Matt Stone. That's a different person. Matt Smith. Matt Smith, he was... Terminator Genesis as Skynet. The T-5000, Skynet. So yeah, he was also in a bunch. He was in House of the Dragon. He was Doctor Who for a few years. He's in that new Star Wars Starfighter movie with Ryan Gosling. So Matt Smith, sorry. I want to get that shirt because I've said it before, for some reason as I get older, I'm so bad with names. Anyway, I thought he did a good job. Interesting look that he has. Where he looked... Now, I will ask, was this a look people had in 1998? where he has like a punk rocker like mohawk, like the guy in Star Trek 4 that Spock's ready to, give the nerve pinch to. Was that what people had? Again, for people who live in New York, you do feel free to answer me. Was there anyone still having that mohawk look in 1998? 1988 I would buy, but I thought that was kind of weird that someone would have that 19... Well, I mean, maybe they did. I mean, I'm sure you look hard up nowadays, someone has that now. But, okay. But, I mean, it made for a distinct look, so that's fine. He says he needs to go to London to see... I think his dad or something is sick. Or something happened. And also want you to take care of my cat. Which, this is another aspect that I was very partial to, because I am a cat person. I do quite enjoy cats as pets. And the cat, I think is named Bud. And it's a very cute, fluffy cat that likes to lead guy. He's a biter, he bites strangers and stuff, but always likes to lead guy. And what's kind of fun is the cat is kind of a major component for the rest of the movie. It kind of becomes the lead character's sidekick at times. And in a way, kind of reflection where they're kind of both in the same thing. So there's a part like our lead guy's been hurt, but then the cat's been hurt, so the cat's limping, but he's hurt too. There's even a line near the end where someone goes, "You have the same eyes." So I thought that was kind of cool. Just something about that as a cat owner, or a couple cats, that I was very partial to. So, it's kind of hard to hate the movie for me when that's a part of the plot. So I did like the cat. And the cat likes the lead. Nobody else, it seems, but the lead. So one day, these two guys looking for his buddy, Russ, Matt Smith, they beat him up. He wakes up in a hospital because of his injuries. He lost a kidney. His girlfriend takes him home. And eventually gets in touch with a cop played by Regina King, which has been a while since I've seen her because she was in the original Friday, among other films, Enemy of the State with Will Smith. But my man, it's been a while since I've seen Regina King, so it was cool to see her. She plays a cop. And pretty much as the story goes, it's kind of a interesting tale where a regular guy gets caught up in a lot of bullshit where the buddy was dealing with drugs, and then there's this money that was taken, and people want the money, and these people come out of the woodwork to get the money, and there's this tea that was hidden in the litter box, and you have like these Russian guys that want it. You have these two Hasidic Jew, like hitmen or whatever, that want it, and they're played by Vincent D'Onofrio and Liev Schreiber. So Liev Schreiber, who was in Scream 2, Sphere, I think the Denzel Manchurian Candidate film. And then Vincent D'Onofrio, of course, from Full Metal Jacket. He was in Jurassic World. He's been in a lot of stuff. I mean, like the hat, the clothes, the shalom, the whole setup. So I thought that was unique. And kind of this guy just going this topsy-turvy little bit of roller coaster. Okay, it's not as good or as crazy as Running Scared with Paul Walker, but remind me a little bit of that. Now, Running Scared I do like, and I would put above this, but remind me a little bit of that, at least to me. And so you have, he gets drunk, he has one kidney, so he can't handle it because the toxins aren't handled. He's out of it. He can't remember where his clothes are. And then the chunk of the film is trying to find where this tea's at. So it's like you had some foot chases where he put some baseball slides in, some altercations at the bar that involves a shootout, dealing with Matt Smith's character and trying to find answers to what the fuck's going on. Some little bit of car chases. Nothing amazing or that will wow you, but efficient for what they need to be. And I would say what I liked about the film is I like the usage of New York. I like the look of the film. I think the actors, especially Austin Butler, I really liked his character. Because he also has a subplot of he keeps remembering this accident he had, this car accident, where him and this guy hit something, his friend died, and he was left with this injury. I kind of like the journey they go on with that. And I'm going to get into spoilers now, the further talk about that. Sorry, it was getting dry, so it was like ready to close up, so bear with me. That's what I did when I try to record too much in one night, so sorry about that. So let me deal with that subplot. He has these nightmares and flashes, and then there's this nice scene where he's talking with his mom on the phone. Listen, I want you to go somewhere just to be safe. Go to your friend or someone. That tells about how, no, at that time I didn't take responsibility. I just cared about what happened to me. I just cared that I couldn't play baseball anymore. I didn't think anything about he died. He died. And, take the responsibility for that. There's a nice emotional scene where, again, this is spoilers, he finds that his girlfriend's been killed. And when he's talking to Regina King, you have some really nice, genuine emotion on his face. I liked all the little moments between him and the cat, where throughout a good chunk of the film, he has the cat in the bag and taking him everywhere. I thought that was cute. Or there's a bit where they have to sleep at Coney Island and he's on the beach and the cat's right there in the bag. There's some nice, cute moments like that. Vincent D'Onofrio, Liev Schreiber get into a foot chase where Austin Butler's like jumping over stuff, baseball sliding over stuff. I did nothing crazy or anything, but it was a fun scene. When Matt Smith comes into play, he knocks him out. Then figures out what the hell's going on, what the whole deal was, what this team goes to, where the money's at. The guy tries to kill him, so he defends himself. Hurts him badly, but he's knocked out. I'm going to use you and do a switch, do a you for this. Gets into a bit of a car chase. I think in the park. Again, nothing crazy or grandiose, but, there's a couple of cool little camera tricks. I forget what it's called. There's like a big globe in the middle of a park, and the camera goes through it to see what the cars are doing. There's some nice looking shots in there. But it doesn't go over the top, crazy, fancy with it. I did like a bit where one of the two Russian guys keeps taking the guy's hat. The guy has like a Giants, because he's from California, but he's living in New York. But he's got a Giants. Giants, because he's a baseball fan, San Francisco Giants. So it says the guy took him. He uses it against him. He's like, look at that, fuck that Giants fan, fuck him. As though all the baseball fans get around him, so he's able to escape. I thought that was kind of funny. And there's some quirky humor, like he gets in touch with the two Hasidic Jew guys, Liev Schreiber, Vincent D'Onofrio. And it's like, well, with the day we're on, we gotta go and see our mom, played by Carol Kane. I didn't expect to see Carol Kane, but that was cool. Carol Kane, who was in Princess Bride and Scrooged. She was one of the three ghosts against Bill Murray. Princess Bride, she was with Billy Crystal. Have fun storming the castle. And, the lead guy's able to do some stuff. I mean, there's a bit where he has to fight one of the Russian guys. He puts up his dudes. I'm like, okay, he's going to do it. No, he does like some good hits and knocks the guy out. He tries to fight Regina King. Gets knocked back. Because, yeah, Regina King is with the mobsters. Stabs her in the foot. Like I said, I like the bit at the end where it kind of comes full circle. In a weird way, this story started with that car crash that changed his life. So how does it end? He gets to another car crash. And like the director did this on purpose because it shows this shot of when he had the car accident. And imagine this is the pole and the car. You see this stuff fly towards the screen. The director has the same shot because, again, this is spoilers. He finds out that these two guys, Vincent D'Onofrio and Liev Schreiber, the only two left, they're the ones that killed his girlfriend. He didn't know that until this point. And not a good idea to put him behind the wheel once he finds the info. He blares and storms on the gas pedal, and the same shot. It's a cool looking shot both times, both in the flashback and here, where it goes. You see in slow-mo, all the vehicle stuff going towards the camera. And it's a good way to tell you, have your fucking seatbelts. Buckle up your seatbelts. Now, yeah, there's a bit with that, kind of to call bullshit on, where he takes the cat who's in the bag and puts it here, and they both hit the bag, and the cat's perfectly fine. Maybe that would happen, but you see, like, he's all like bruised up and bloodied up, but the cat's perfectly fine. It's like, I don't know. I think just the impact and how small the cat is, he'd probably be dead. But I don't know. Maybe not. For those who are experts at it, you can let me know. But it's a movie. I go along with it. It is. But there's a split second, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want the cat to die. Just, I don't know. Was there another way? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how else you would do that scene, though, with the cat. I don't know. I mean, you can't get the cat out because it'd be going too fast and it would... So I don't know how else you would do it. I don't know. I can't think of a better idea. Maybe someone would. But I mean, I'd deal with it. And then pretty much he's going to go away. He finds the money. He sends some to his mom. And Regina King had talked about this place that with the beaches and the ocean. And he goes there with the cat. And kind of takes a moment to sink it in. And that's where the one guy says, you both have the same eyes. So it's like they're both loners now. They're both survivors. They're both kind of two peas in a pod. It was kind of, I don't know, we were interesting, like, satisfying ending to it all. He got the money. He's at the beach. He's got the cat. Suss's girlfriend died. His mom's safe. In fact, he sent money to his mom. And this is where we find out his mom's actually Laura Dern. Yeah, Laura Dern has a cameo. Because she gets the package, like, what the fuck? Sees all the money. I'm like, oh, Laura Dern from Jurassic Park. I'm like, okay. Maybe she knew Darren Aronofsky, or I don't know. Had they worked together before? I don't know. I'd have to look into Aronofsky's film credits, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. Oh shit, it's Laura Dern. But I did quite like the film. I thought it was a good story. I liked the way it looked, and it was directed very well. I liked the characters, in particular Austin Butler. I would say I want more action, but I wouldn't know how you would put that into there. I mean, I don't have a lot of issues with it. The music was there. Nothing that made me perk up and go, whoa. But, it was fine. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty good film. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Oh, but I hate everything. Remember, guys, I hate everything. I hate every movie that comes out. Except Magazine Dreams and Fight or Flight, or that Looney Tunes movie that Day the Earth Blew Up, or this movie, which I liked. But I hate everything. For those who don't know, it's a common thing people say about me, that I hate everything. I'm like, no, I'm very picky with my movies. Just like my food and anything in between. And if I liked it, I liked it. In this film, I liked it. It would be on my top 10 list of the year. It would. That was pretty damn good. Pretty much worth the watch, at least to me. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.